Hey, Belated Media. I just want to say that my absolute favorite movie is Pulp Fiction. Now, I'm a big Quentin Tarantino fan, and, well, I like a lot of his other movies, but my absolute favorite movie is still Pulp Fiction. Now, there are a lot of reasons for this. First of all, for me, Pulp Fiction was like going through movie puberty. Now, what I mean by this is that it was when I went from watching movies as a kid to watching movies as more of an adult. For example, when you watch movies as a kid, you think that everything's kind of just like a documentary, that somehow the events on screen are real. But then when you watch movies as an adult, you know that they're actually a medium that someone is using to express their creativity and tell stories. Now, Pulp Fiction was the first movie that I saw, and I understood this. Now, I first saw Pulp Fiction when I was around 12 years old, and the reasons that I wanted to watch it were for two reasons. Well, first of all, the little music in Pump It from the Black Eyed Peas song had that musical sting, and I always wanted to know where that came from, so I found it was Miserlou, and then I found it was popular in Pulp Fiction. I was like, okay, I want to see the movie where that music came from. And there's a Pulp Fiction reference in the kids' movie of Space Jam, and I thought, oh, that looks like a cool movie. Space Jam talked about it, so it must be awesome. And then so I got down with a couple of friends around a computer and watched it, and it just blew my mind. Now, a couple of examples that it just really amazed me were, for example, the scene in which Zed is going eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and you could feel that the director was kind of playing along with you. He wanted to invite you on this story that he was telling, in which the camera would suddenly pan over to Marcellus, and, well, it was a comical moment, even though it was very, very dark subject matter that a 12-year-old probably shouldn't watch. But besides the puberty that I was going through, both biologically and movie-watching-wise, the dialogue blew me away. The cinematography, of course, there's the storytelling aspect of the non-linear storytelling that everyone likes to talk about. But and Quentin Tarantino once said in an interview that he said he liked to tell stories that were told before but put a new twist on them. But the thing was, I had never seen these stories before. For example, the take the boss's wife out but don't touch her. I'd never seen that before, so this was the first time that I had seen any sort of story like this, so I accepted this as what was usual, which I think has affected me in a great way. Pulp Fiction will always be the movie that I say is, you have to watch it. If a friend has never seen it, I will sit down and watch it with them. It is a movie that I can say has been life-changing. And I'd just like to take this time to say that I'm a big fan of you, and that your picture is still in H